About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
First down, Falcons.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, express! Hey, let go! Watch the run. What is that?
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Ryan, forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
25! 54! Let's go, D! 25! Hey, son! 25!
On first down, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday press it a little bit. This might be the case.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Double time!
Throwing is Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for our Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
First. Here you go. Five.
On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins. And Diggs has it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Listen to me.
Cousins now from the 50. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Cousins now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. This is caught. It's a gain of 34. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Cousins again. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good. It brings him within a point now. It's 14-13. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Hey, my 7. 50, gun.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Gun. 25.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Pick it up. Check. Gun. Get up.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw again is Ryan. Looking downfield for Joe. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken short.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 1-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch twist.
Hey, quick, protein spill.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Ready.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
To throw is Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons.
First down, Atlanta.
Ready, white 25.
54 miles. Hey, tight. Check your outreach.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Freeman again. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
It's outfield.
54, stop.
Hey, switch gears.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Back near the goal line, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here I come again.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they're going to get the 1st down here across the 15-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
Cousins on target to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, box drop.
Cousins now. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's 3rd and 11.
Check 45 to Mike. Hey, man, watch the boot.
Hey, no, easy.
Check.
Hey, Alpha.
45 to Mike.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He's checking. 39.
Hey, Haywood.
54.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
1st down, Falcons.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Complete over the middle to Hardy. That will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
51, south. Hey, orbit. Space.
You must be getting tired.
Hey, John.
It's a safety creek. Watch twist.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, You're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And his kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken very short.
The Vikings take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. Cousins now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Bravo!
Check. Bang, bang.
22!
Bang, bang.
Got it.
Kill. Slam. Kill.
Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 53 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Ryan. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
On second down now. It's Freeman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go. Hey, South.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman there to make the grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken short.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 48 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Check.
Here's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
58. 55.
Go.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
I hope you brought your lunch, because
Got it.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55.
Get out.
Here's Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. He'll look to throw.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. But this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, in less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real